Okay, welcome to One Two Work Together. Let's head in here. We're going to journalize and post some transactions from our purchases journal. So this is where I said it's going to look a little different than anything we've used to before. So remember, here are our instructions. We're going to want to have those kind of hanging out the side over here. However, that's going to work best. So it says that our electronic warehouse has two departments, one for audio and one for video. A purchases journal, general journal, and partial general and accounts payable ledgers are given to us. The balances are recorded as of June 1st of the current year. We're going to post the following transactions when journalized. Transactions impacting the accounts payable subsidiary ledger and transactions recorded in the general ledger, or general journal, excuse me. The source documents are abbreviated as follows: debit memorandum, purchases invoice. And we're going to go through the following examples together. So we're going to first journalize the following transactions completed during June of the current year. We're going to use page 6 of a purchases journal and page 6 of the general journal, and post the items that are to be posted individually. So when I go back over here, the first thing that you can do is select your journal. So you can see we have our purchases journal and we have our general journal. So it's just a little bit different than anything that we've been used to in the past, because normally they have everything laid out for us, and this is kind of a little bit different. Then you have your general ledger, so the different places you can post, and then we also have our accounts payable ledger with the different places we can post. So the first thing that we need to do is look at our transactions, and it says our first one was that we purchased audio equipment on account from Davis Corporation for $16.25. Okay, so because we purchased on account, what we're going to be doing is putting this in our purchases journal. So I'm actually going to see if this works better. I don't know if it's going to. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so on June 3rd, we're going to put in June, just like we've done before. And the account that's going to get credited is the Davis Corporation, because remember, this is going to go to our accounts payable credit. So this is for Davis Corporation. Our purchase number was 240 something, 243. We're going to leave the post reference blank right now because we haven't posted anything yet. Come over here and we're going to put in our accounts payable credit, which was for $16.25. And then remember that this is audio equipment, so this is where we have to decide which department it's going to. So we're going to put it in the audio for $16.25. Okay, next up it says that we returned video equipment to TC Supply, 4250 from purchase invoice number 239, debit memorandum 38. So when we're returning video equipment that can't go in the purchases journal, that means that it's going to be in our general journal. So we're going to come back over here, we're going to choose our general journal and open that up. And we're going to plug in June because it's our first transaction in here. It's going to be on June 5th. And so remember, when we're doing this in the general journal, it's actually accounts payable. And just one moment, my timer went off on my supper, so I'm going to go grab that real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Did not burn the house down, so that is good. Okay, so we were back at accounts payable. That was definitely not for National Industries. I heard the timer going off. It's for TP Supply. You know, that's really handy that you can just hit the tab key instead of having to type it all in. That's awesome. Okay, so remember that this is actually, the source document is DM31, so we need to plug that in there. And then our debit is for the 4250, because since we returned that, we no longer owe that 4250 to TP Supply. And then our credit actually goes to our purchases, returns, and allowances, and we return video equipment. So we need purchases and returns allowances for video. Okay, and then we come over and that gets a credit of $42.50. So hopefully, I'm gonna see if I can make this a little bit smaller here, if that helps. So hopefully that makes some sense there. Let's go back and look. Our next one is on June 8th. We purchased video equipment on account from TP Supply. So because we're purchasing on account, we are going back to our purchases journal. So we open that up, we go to the 8th, and then we plug in TP Supply. Our purchase number is 254, and we purchased $995. And then because this is video equipment, we go over to the purchases debit for video and plug in $995. Okay, so far so good, hopefully. Let's look at the 12th. We purchased audio equipment on account from National Industries. So again, because we purchased on account, we're in our purchases journal. So we plug in the 12th. This is for National Industries. 245 is our purchase number. And we purchased $1,100. And audio equipment, $1,100 for the purchases. Then we look at the 18th. We received an allowance on audio equipment from National Industries for $165.80 from our purchase invoice number 245, which is this one right here that we just purchased from. So 6 days later, we got a bit of an allowance. Maybe there was something wrong with them, or they had an issue. So because this doesn't involve purchasing merchandise on account, we need to switch back over to our general journal. And we'll plug the 18th in here. Our debit amount is going to be for accounts payable for National Industries. And we have DM 39. And the debit is for the 165.80. And our credit goes to the purchase returns and allowances. Again, this is an allowance on audio equipment, so we need to make sure it says purchase returns and allowances for audio. That's going to be the biggest thing, is that only before we always had one or it was just always one, and now you have two for each of those, so you just have to make sure you choose the right account is the biggest thing. And then the last one is on the 23rd. We purchased audio equipment on account from Davis Corporation. So we'll go back to our purchases journal. And we'll plug in the 23rd. And Davis Corporation 246. And it's $820. And because we purchased audio, we put $820 under the purchases for audio. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. That is what we did first. So our next step is to post the accounts that need to be posted individually. So the ones that need to be purchased individually are obviously all of the ones that are coming from our purchases journal. So we'll start with our purchases journal, and you can see our first one is for Davis Corporation. So we're going to come down here, we're going to open up our accounts payable ledger for Davis. And this is going to be on the 3rd, so we plug in the 3rd. Our post reference is coming from, I believe it's journal page number 6. So P6 is what we're going to put here. And they had an accounts payable credit of $16.25. So we come over here and put $16.25. And then we need to do a little bit of math here. So forgive me because I don't have the answers pulled up. It's kind of cumbersome to do that. So plug this in, and our new balance is $26.59.23. And then we come back up and put our vendor number, which is 210, right up here at the top. Oops, that was funky. I just want 210. There we go. Okay, so our next one is for TPC Supply. So we go and grab TPC Supply, open that one up. And we plug the 8th in, again P6, we get an accounts payable credit of $995, and then we need to do a little math again, so 995 plus 231241, oops, is 3307.41. And then we put 230 up at the top. And then our next one is National Industries. So we'll open that guy. This is on the 12th. P6. We have a credit of 1100. This one has nicer numbers. 902.44 plus 1100 is $2,002.44. Come back up and put 220. And then our last one is again another buy from Davis Corporation. So we come down and put the 23rd, P6. We get a credit of 820. And we're adding that again because this has a credit balance. And we get $3,479.23. Come back up and put 210 right up there. Oops. Okay. The other thing that we need to do is make sure that we post individually from our general ledger. So we need to open up our general ledger or general journal here, excuse me. And this time we're posting to accounts payable and to TPC supply. So when we open up our accounts payable, we're going to put the 5th here. And our post reference is coming from, G, is it 6? I can't remember. Yes, it is. So G6. And accounts payable is getting a debit of $42.50. So again, we need to subtract this time. So we take 4,249.08 and subtract out 42.50, and we get 4,206.58. And this account number is 2105. So we come up here and we put 2105, and then we need the slash. And we need to decide where we're going. And apparently it doesn't let you just leave it blank. But we need to go to TPC supply and do the other part. So we open up TPC supply here. And we'll come down, and this again is on the 5th. And that's okay. It's okay that it is out of chronological order because you always post the purchases first and then you post from the general journal. So don't worry that it's out of order. Again, this is going to be a debit of $42.50 going to them. So it's coming from G6, a debit of $42.50. So we need to subtract 3307.41 and we subtract out 42.50, and our updated balance in TPC supply is 3,264.91. And so then we come back up here, and instead of 280 it should be 230. Okay, so what that's doing, remember, is that it's going to accounts payable and it's going to TPC supply, which we posted. Next up is our purchase returns and allowances. So we open up purchase returns and allowances for video, and we put the 5th in here. It's coming from G6 or journal page number 6. It's a credit of $42.50. And again, I know you can't quite see that, but if you look over here, here it is, $42.50. So because it has a credit balance, we're actually adding. So we take $621.70 plus $42.50. And we end up with $664.20. Then we come back over here and we put 5,000. Look here, 5215 is our post reference number. So I'm going to pause right here because I'm going to have to go and start a second video because I'm going to run out of time on this one. So just pause and I'll meet you over at our next video.